Hello everybody, Undead here on my Undead Theme Park Culture channel, and Halloween Horror Nights is coming back this year, and I would be attending Halloween Horror Nights this year. This would be the first Halloween Horror Nights I've ever been to, and yeah, I'm pretty excited. And if you're looking on the screen right now, we have Beetlejuice, and that's the only confirmed house so far, and we have a speculation map, which from what I heard, speculation maps tend to be pretty reliable. So yeah. Also, I have some ideas for future Halloween Horror Nights. Like, these could be in the future, these could be like this year, I don't know. But yeah, let's get on with it. First off is a haunted house I definitely think we would be getting in the future. It's the Invisible Man 2020. Now, I heard from Alicia Stella on one of her podcast videos that was a house that was being considered. And keep in mind, Alicia Stella tends to be pretty reliable when it comes to theme park rumors. And The Invisible Man 2020 is in my top 5 favorite films of 2020. Like it is such a good movie. It is such a scary movie. And it just achieves like its special effects for a $9 million budget, and you don't even need to have actors. You could just have like knives flying at you, you can have like a rope, and a knife is attached to it, and like you can get all these special effects for the house. It would just be such a clever haunted house. And at the end, there's Adrian Griffin. I think his name is Adrian, and I have no clue who. But Adrian Griffin is like, at the end, he's in his suit, like, waving goodbye at you and stuff like that. That would just be a perfect haunted house. What do you guys think of an Invisible Man 2020 house? Do you think that'll ever happen? I think that'll happen. Probably not this year, maybe the next year. They're probably in development of it right now. But I definitely think that it will be coming soon. Next up is A Quiet Place. Now, I have not seen A Quiet Place. I know, you guys can all hate me. But I do know what the film is about, and I have heard some spoilers on a YouTube channel that I'm not going to mention. But A Quiet Place, A Quiet Place haunted house would be a great haunted house. Like, there's an employee telling you have to be quiet. It could be a small haunted house. Like you're just going through the woods, and you're seeing these things, and if you speak, and you are forced to leave, you have to pretend that you're getting eaten by the monsters or the aliens, whatever you want to call them. And it would be such a good idea for a haunted house. I know some people cannot seem to stay quiet. Like, if I were forced to stay quiet in a haunted house, like I would probably talk, and they would be like, you have to leave now. How? And then, there's a monster coming at you, and he's escorting you out of the building. It would be such a fantastic haunted house that I think a lot of people would like. Next up is It. Georgie, meet Pennywise. Pennywise, meet Georgie. I can do a perfect Pennywise impression, you guys. So, I'm surprised It isn't at Halloween Horror Nights yet. It probably may have been. I don't know, probably the Tim Curry series had a haunted house back in the old days, but I'm talking about It 2017. Now, I know the film is, brand new. It's, 5 years old now. I cannot keep up with my math when it comes to years. But I do know that we got It Chapter 2 2 years ago. I remember seeing It Chapter 2 in the theaters with my grandfather, since my grandfather is a huge Stephen King fan, and we went to go see it together, and I had a good time. I especially handled a horror film pretty well, since I was a scaredy cat when I was little, and I probably still am a scaredy cat because there's other haunted houses and other stories I have to tell. But yeah, an It haunted house, have it be different scenes of the movie that the Losers Club has to go to, and then maybe the next year you can have the next house be based on It Chapter 2. It would be such an amazing idea for a haunted house. I think Stephen King would like it, since of course he's a big horror person. He created it. He created all these popular horror stories that are beloved by many. And yeah, I just think an It haunted house. Here's my idea. Do It Chapter 1 this one year, and then It Chapter 2 the next year. Have it be different scenes based off those movies. And in the It Chapter 2 haunted house, you can have it be Like, you have to say, turn light into dark, in order to leave the haunted house. Like, they have a bunch of people coming together. I mean, I know we can't do that because COVID and stuff like that. Like, you can have a bunch of people coming together, and there's this person dressed up as Pennywise, and you have to call it names and stuff like that. That would just be perfect for a haunted house. Next up is Pet Sematary. Now, I don't have a lot of ideas for this house because I never seen the film from 1991. I've never seen the 2019 film. I heard the 2019 film was pretty bad. But, okay, fun fact. I actually heard the cat who played, what's-his-face. I'm saying what's-his-face because I don't remember the cat's name. I heard the actor of the cat died. The actor of the cat in the 2019 movie had died. And I heard it was a mystery. They probably made it a mystery just to scare people since it wasn't a horror film. But yeah, please do not haunt me, cat. I love cats. I have a cat right here, right now, in the same room that I'm recording this in. So anyway, Pet Sematary. You can have, like, animal actors, but they're acting like they're attacking you. Like, you're probably gonna have to like, bring in a lot of dog trainers, a lot of cat trainers, and who knows, bring in a lot of mean cats. So you can have actual animals, and they're acting like they're trying to hurt you. And at the end, you can come across the Wendigo, because I heard there's a Wendigo in Pet Sematary. There's not a lot, but I used to be obsessed with Pet Sematary, even though I never read the book, I never seen the movies. But I have heard the book is pretty good. And fun fact, I remember in elementary school, I had a substitute teacher. She was my substitute teacher for a couple months in music class, and she said when she went to go see the 1991 Pet Sematary movie, like when the cat did a jump scare or something, she like burst out and then threw the popcorn everywhere. I heard she got scared. So yeah. Next up is Terminator. Now, I love Terminator, and the sad thing is I just became a Terminator fan last year. And when I discovered that they had a Terminator show, I was bummed because it closed. But hey, I've been to the Bourne Stuntacular. The Bourne Stuntacular is a great show. I recommend you going there. And it is a worthy successor. Or I can't admit that. But I'm still sad because Terminator 2 3D is gone. But here's where it gets good. It's still in Japan, and we're planning on going to Japan as like a school graduation gift. Yes, I'm in high school right now. So... Oh, Terminator. Here's what you can do for a Terminator house at Halloween Horror Nights. Now, Terminator isn't really a horror franchise. Some people say it's a horror sci-fi movie. I don't really think it's scary at all. But here's what you can do. You can have the house be Judgment Day. Like when you enter the house, you're greeted to a video about Judgment Day. And next up, there's all these Terminator robots, like, attacking people and stuff like that. It wouldn't be a really scary haunted house, but it would be a fun haunted house. Or you can have it be like a scare zone or something. Just keep in mind, I'm going to Halloween Horror Nights for the first time this year, and I don't even know what scare zones are. Are they like meet and greets or something? I don't know. But the reason why I'm bringing up Terminator as a haunted house, because Attraction Ideas recently made a video about closed attractions that might reopen. I honestly think they would bring back old attractions in like a new way. But yeah, if Ghostbusters had a show and then got a haunted house a couple decades later, then maybe Terminator could get a haunted house a couple decades later. So yeah, what do you guys think? Should Terminator get a house at Halloween Horror Nights? Let me know in the comments. Next up is The Creature from the Black Lagoon. Now, The Creature from the Black Lagoon is my favorite out of the Universal Classic Monsters movies. It is such a well-made film. It is such a fun, entertaining movie. And they should have a haunted house at Halloween Horror Nights. Now, according to Alicia Stella, there's going to be a Creature from the Black Lagoon ride coming to Epic Universe in the Classic Monsters land. And honestly, I would love to see that. But I would love to see a house, too, because, like you're on a ship, and there's, like, the creature, the gill man, like, jump scaring you everywhere. And then at the end, you're in the ocean, like, you're playing the role of a scuba diver, and then he's, like there just jump scaring you in the ocean. And there's an actor just shooting him, and then, boom, you're done with the haunted house. It would be a fun haunted house, but yeah, probably not that scary. Now, let's go on to some video games that might get a haunted house at Halloween Horror Nights. Now, I have heard that they've done video games before, like Silent Hill. I think they did Silent Hill. How do I know all this? Theme Park History. I've watched Theme Park History's video on Halloween Horror Nights, and I heard somewhere that Silent Hill had a house once. So it is possible for video games to get a house at Halloween Horror Nights. So my first suggestion is Little Monsters. Now, Little Monsters is a pretty scary game. I have watched a lot of gameplay videos, and the guests just freak me out. Like, their designs are just creepy. And not to mention, there are a lot of scary factors in the game. Like, you don't need to play a role of a small person. Like, you could just walk around as a big person, and you're seeing the chefs, you're seeing the guests eating, like, all in costumes, and you're seeing the lady, like, looking in the mirror at her ugly self, her unmasked ugly self, like in the DLC for Little Nightmares. I've played Little Nightmares, but I didn't got through all of it because one level was pretty hard to get through. But yeah, Little Nightmares is a scary game, and you cannot deny it, and it would be great for a haunted house at Halloween Horror Nights. Next up is Bendy and the Ink Machine. Now, I've played Bendy and the Ink Machine a lot, and it's not really that scary of a game, but it does have some pretty scary elements into it. Like have the haunted house, like, as an original chapter. Don't have it be based on any chapters. Like, you can just have like, guests, like, walk around through a different part of the studio. You see the ink machine, and then Bendy jump scares you, and then the Butcher Gang jump scares you, and you see dead horses, and you see Alice Angel. Like, it could be a mix with all chapters. And then maybe at the end, you see Tom and Allison at the end. And, or maybe at some parts you can see, like, a former employee of Joey Drew Studios at, like, acting and being scared and stuff like that. You're just following him or her around. And yeah, Bendy and Ink Machine, I think, would make a great house for Halloween Horror Nights. Next up is Hello Neighbor. Now, Hello Neighbor, it's kind of scary. Like, it's more of a cartoon game. Like, you go around, like, the house can be, you go around the house, and you see the neighbor catching you, and you have to pretend like you're hiding so the neighbor doesn't catch you. And at times you run into those mannequins, like, from those mini games in Act 3. Like, the mannequins, like, those things with the wheels. What, are they called mannequins? Or are they not? I have no clue. They're at the grocery level, they're at the school level, like, they're pretty scary, and the way they whisper, like, really freaks me out. Like, it would make a good haunted house, especially since Hello Neighbor has such scary lore into it that it will make a fun haunted house. Next up, Dark Deception. Now, Dark Deception Chapter 4 is in development hell right now. Like, it's taking forever to come out. We don't know if it's ever coming out. It probably will come out in the future, but it's probably not in a very, very long time. Probably by the end of this year. But when all the chapters come out, here's what they can do. You can make a haunted house with every single level. Like, just one part, one second part of each level. And, like, you see each character from each level, like, jump scaring you, like the murder monkeys, the clown gremlins, the ducks, the animatronics, the mannequins. Like, it would be scary. Like, you're playing the role of, like, soul shards, and maybe you can see some soul shards hanging up from the ceiling. Like, it would be such a haunted house, and Dark Deception is a pretty scary game. Like, I had trouble falling asleep because of a Dark Deception gameplay of the clown gremlins. Like, the clown gremlins are very scary, I'm not gonna lie. And, like, at the end, you get greeted with, like, a jump scare and stuff like that. So, yeah, do you guys think Dark Deception should have a haunted house in Halloween Horror Nights? Leave it in the comments below. Next up is The Last of Us. Now, I know The Last of Us has been in some controversy because of the sequel, but I think The Last of Us would make a good house. Like, all the designs of the zombies, like, the bloaters, and I think, like the reason why they have exploded heads, because it's basically an ear. I don't know. Like, you can have people dressed up as zombies. You can have people dressed up as bloaters. Like, you can even have a giraffe scene. Like, the house is too scary. Like, you need some, like, cuteness to be prepared for the next scary part of the house. Like, you can have, like, an animatronic giraffe, or you can have a fake giraffe in one scene in the haunted house. Yeah, The Last of Us would make a great haunted house, and I think a lot of people would love it. Finally, Five Nights at Freddy's. Now, Five Nights at Freddy's, I'm gonna piss off a lot of people. It isn't that scary once you get used to the game, but yeah, it can get scary at times. And I think a haunted house would be great. Like, you can have it be based off the first game, you can have it be based off the second game, you can have it be based off the third game, the fourth is the most scariest, or sister location, or security breach. Like, you can have a haunted house for each game, like every year or something. But yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's will make fantastic haunted houses, and I bet will bring in a lot of attendance. So that is it for Halloween Horror Nights ideas. What ideas do you have? It could be any movie, any video game, any book, any viral video, any comic strip, any has-been hotel related stuff. I have no clue. What would you guys like to see for a future Halloween Horror Nights? Let me know in the comments, and I will see you guys later. Bye.